So in this video we're going to make a Carroll diagram from the first 8 multiples of 4 and the first 6 multiples of 6. Okay, so for a Carroll diagram, first thing to do is to make sets out of these two groups of information. So the first 8 multiples of 4, let's give that a set name. So I'm just going to call that set D. Call it any name you like, any letter. You could even call it M subscript 4 if you like, it's up to you. But here I'm going to call it set D. So the first 8 multiples of 4, so that's the first 8 results of the 4 times table basically. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28 and 32. That's my set D. And then the second part is the first 6 multiples of 6. Basically the first 6 results of the 6 times table. So let's call that set E. So basically first 6 results of the 6 times table is as follows. So just check you've only got the first 6 ones in there and the first 8 ones in here. Okay, so now for a Carroll diagram we need to set up our boxes to display all this information. So let's write like this. So little columns and then split that into some rows. Okay, let's bring this down. Okay, now the edges, I'm not going to need those, just to tidy it off a bit. That'll be fine like that. Okay, first 8 multiples of 4. So I write this at the top. So the first 8 multiples, so I just write mult of 4, basically set D. So this is in D. And then on this side, I just write the opposite of that, basically not in D. So not in D and not first 8 multiples of 4. So write 4 there. Okay, and then on here, you write this for this information. So now in E, so that's the first 6 multiples of 6. First 6 mult of 6. And then here, the ones that aren't in it. So not in E, not first 6 mult of 6. So in this Carroll diagram here now, only the information from this set, or these 2 sets, is allowed on this diagram. None of the other numbers. So you couldn't put a number 1 in there because it's not in the sets. Okay, so in set D and in set E. So basically what we want is what's corresponding to both of these sets. So we write that as D intersection E. Now you could also write that as E intersection D if you like, it's the same thing. E intersection D. So these are the same set. So let's pick one. I'm just going to call it E intersection D. Okay, looks like N, doesn't it? E and D. Well, E intersection D. So what's in E and in D? So I've got in here 12, 24. That's my only 2 I can see that are in both. That's 12 and 24. So basically in set E, so it's a multiple of 6, and it's in set D and it's a multiple of 4. So here I can write my 12 and my 24. So that goes in there. Okay, now I need to fill in information on this one. So basically what I could do is, I could just write for my own working out here, I could write totals. And then here, put my totals. So in set E, in here I've got 6 units, or 6 elements. And then here I could write totals on the bottom. And I've got 8 elements in this set here, in set D. So in set D, total here, I've got 8. So if I've got 2 in here, I must have 4 in here to make my total up to 6. So first 8 multiples of 4, but not in D. So not the first multiple of 4. So what's in here that is not in here? So let's have a look at that. So 12 and 24 is taken care of. So that leaves me with 6, 18, 30, 36. So 6, 18, 30 and 36. And just to check my working out, is not a multiple of 8. Sorry, it's not a multiple of 4. Sorry, is not one of the first multiples of 4. So 6, 18, 30 and 36. So that takes care of that. This one here, first 8 multiples of 4. That's all in this line here. Well, I've already got 2 here already, 12 and 24. So that's that one and that one. So in here, not in E, so the rest of them can't be in E. So therefore, what's missing in this goes in here. So 4 and 8, 16 and 20, 28 and 32. So that gives a total of 8 elements. Here I've got a total of 6 elements. And then is there anything that's not in E and also not in D? Well, nothing that's invited in these sets. So this here is also the empty set. So there's nothing going in there. Okay, so that completes my Carroll diagram.